Hello everybody, how are you guys today? I'm gonna just get a couple settings dialed in real quick. If you're catching on the replay, you might want to fast forward a few minutes. Okay, there's my chat. If you guys are weighing in, feel free to say hi in the chat. I know I've got, this was not expected and it was supposed to be a recorded video, but I've been having some technical difficulties and issues, so we switched it. All you got to do is pivot, right, when something's not working out right. So let me know if you guys can hear me just to make sure before I start going into everything. Hey Kim, hey Jan, hi Barbie. Good to see y'all today. Hey bud, pivot. All right, glad you guys can hear me. Hey Betsy, hi Jill. All right, so today we're gonna be, I'm gonna be showing you how I am going to correct a mistake I made. So if you've done something and if you've done something in a pattern and you have to switch your direction that you were going, that's better than scrapping the whole project, right? We're lucky in that regard where when we make a mistake, we can turn it into something else or, you know, make the best of it. But the pattern that I made, and I'll show you a few finished examples as well, since you guys are not going to get to see me actually make it. It's the Market Tote made by So Many Creations. Jess is based out of New York, and she was super sweet and allowed me to do a tutorial, which I will be uploading it as well as soon as I can get those technical difficulties worked out. But the Market Tote that we made and we'll be seeing today is a free pattern, so make sure you go to her website. It is in the description. I did see that some of the things were not linked correctly, so I will get that fixed as soon as this posts up and I'm able to edit it. But this is the tote. You can do a solid panel with a pocket, or you can do an embroidered feature in the front. So you can do all sorts of fun stuff with things with this. Okay, I'm going to set this over here to the side. And this is the first one that I did that was a draft. Okay, and what I decided to do here was use the cotton woven panel to make it as a pocket. And so I switched up how the straps were because I was using this awesome vinyl, which unfortunately I can't remember where I got it from. The few places that I've reached out, I haven't had any luck. Nobody recognizes it, although I will share, and I don't have that information with me right now, I will share a designer who has patterns very similar to this, and she can get a color similar to this. She's got one a shade darker and a shade lighter, but not something like this. It's a really pretty vinyl. You can kind of see the pearl iridescent sheen to it, but it worked out great for this bag. So the handles I made different for this pattern on this bag because the vinyl was only so many inches long, so I wasn't able to make them the way that the pattern calls for, but this actually turned out closer than what I ended up doing. So this was my tester run. Okay, and it actually holds quite a bit in here. This is some notes and some notebooks that I took to a meeting I had the other night for the Chamber of Commerce locally, and it was perfect. You know, I brought my purse and I brought this, and that was all I needed. Nothing else mattered. But that was the first one I did. I'm going to wait to show you the one that, thank you Jan for linking that. I'm going to wait to show you the one that we're going to work on today, but I did want to show you some of the awesome materials that are used with it. Okay, so I used I used a black vinyl, and this is from marinevinylfabric.com. I get theirs on the roll, as you can see right there. That's a big roll that I have. I'm getting low on. I'm gonna have to get some more, and it works out perfect. It's very nice and sturdy. It's the same material that they put on like boat seating and stuff, so it's waterproof. It's very hard to tear. Like, you're not gonna have to worry about it messing up on you. And then this is the cool webbing that was donated and given to me by Tori from Seems Legit and Sandra from the Sewing Room of Garner. And she's my local girl who, she's about an hour and 15 minutes away, and I go take workshops with her so that I can improve my sewing abilities. And I've learned a whole lot since I've started taking classes with her. So that's what we're going to show you for this one. And then I'll show you, I'm going to save this one for last. This is the interior fabric that I used. This is just a cotton woven. I interfaced it with Pellon 809, which is Decor Light. And it's supposed to represent, and I think they did an amazing job with it. I got it upside down from what I've cut. It's supposed to represent like the night vision goggles. And so these right here are like, you know, what people would look like kind of in the distance coming close to you. It's very nice material. I don't think it's actually cotton. It feels like canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and call that canvas. I'll look it up, and it's again linked in the description. They did a horror box, Kings of Horror box, I mean. And so these are some of the materials that are from there. And I'm going to try to see if I can do this a little creatively. This is the vinyl that they used. Yeah, that's what it reminded me too of, Betsy. Yep. This is Blood Splatter vinyl, and it's really, really cool because it is glow in the dark. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a good shot of it in the dark or video. And then this is the Kings of Horror panel. Okay. And I'm not a fan of scary movies. I've been afraid of this guy here since I was really little. I've always had nightmares about him, Freddy from Nightmare Before on Elm Street. I'm not a gore fan, and I'm not very much of a horror fan, but I love the Halloween time and stuff like that. So this is the panel of the one that I'm fixing, just to give you an idea of what we're working with. Okay. All right, so I'll show you the bag now. I have not finished it. I made a mistake, so we're going to fix that here together. But this is the Market Tote turned into a trick-or-treat bag. Okay, and again, thank you Tori and Sandra from the Seems Legit and the Sewing Room of Garner for helping me and providing the materials for this bag. They still have a few boxes left, at least. I think when I looked at the website this morning, they did. There's lots of stuff that's not included in this pattern that I'm using, but I will be using throughout the month of October during the Sewing Marathon Sewciety. This is the back. Okay, and then the interior, nice and roomy. I've embellished it with my tag. Let's see, I'm not used to doing this. Let's see how we can do it. Are you focused? Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Heart to Heart Creations. And the tags I get from Heartwood and Hyde, Jade and Chris. And then I also have a little one hidden, and it says, let me make sure I read it correctly. Made with blood and some swearing, and let me tell you, there was some swearing. No, none of my blood. This is the only blood. And then again, the same handles that were on the other ones. I did make this one a little bit deeper, just because that's how I wanted it, and because the webbing. Actually, you know what? This is actually probably closer to what was on the thing. However, I put the handles on incorrectly. I was trying to keep I'm trying to get these out of the way for y'all. I was trying to keep the Horror Kings as like prominent, and if I would have taken the webbing and put it on the sides of it, it would have been too big. And for those of you that are familiar with sewing, this has a boxed bottom, and it would have been too close right here for the box bottom part. Okay, so what I did was I just moved it. There was this black line here. There were two of those as well where these are sewed down. So I thought that would be a good way to still keep it as a feature and then just kind of match the back to it. And so when I was sewing this down, I got super excited, and you can actually see it better than in the video. Right here, I made like little X's to reinforce the handle. It's super strong. And before I knew it, I realized that's not correct. Let me show you what it was supposed to do. Okay, one of these was supposed to go from here up and over and then down. And in my excitement, because I decided to do the boxes instead of just a solid line, and you know, I don't typically do that, I didn't realize the picture, which I'll show you in just a second. I didn't realize it was the same handle, and so I didn't make it correct. So it was supposed to go one handle, sorry, trying to do this and stay in frame here. It was supposed to go one handle like this, and then one on the back, and I did it one on each side. It's 23 or 24 inches, I can't quite remember, one of those two, each one. And so as I was sewing, and when I realized what I did, I was like, oh yeah, no problem, I'll just make that a longer shoulder strap, you know, for those of us that like shoulders, right? Well, then I realized if I did that and I had two straps like this, it may not have been comfortable for some people. And so I decided what I was going to do was just pivot again and cut the straps down, and then we're going to sew them. And I'm also going to use some rivets, which the pattern does not, it does not say to use rivets, but that's how I'm going to make sure they're nice and strong and it doesn't compromise by sewing everything in together. Okay, so we're going to work on that together. Does anybody have any questions or anything? I'm not seeing anything going through the chat, so hopefully I still am live. But yeah, this is the bag that I made, and we're going to finish up the handles together. And like I said, the black and white stripes with the blood splatter does glow in the dark. This does not, but you could, if you wanted to make that a pocket like the dragon one, you could put, thanks Betsy for letting me know, you could put a tea light like the battery operated ones from Dollar Tree. You could put it inside the pocket so that it would kind of be illuminated as well. That's what I'm going to try to do with it. Okay, so yeah, and artistic interpretation. That's right, Jan. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and move my hammer and try to get this in view, and then we're going to sew this up together and cut the straps down, and then I'll show you guys how to rivet it. In the description, you will also see a link for the other members of the Marathon Society, Sewciety, S-E-W-I-E-T-Y. You will see their links to their lives and their premieres that are going today. If you're not able to catch one live, that's perfectly fine. I think most of them, if not all of them, are going to be setting them to where it'll stay on their channels, and you can just catch up. Like I'll be catching up with them as well. Those of you that don't know, there is a chat feature. At the bottom, it'll say live. I think it says top chat. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's somewhere near the like button. Feel free to go ahead and click that too. And if you're not already subscribed, I would really love to have more subscribers. I know that my account has kind of been a little all over the place. For those of you that have been sticking with me, thank you. I appreciate and love you guys so much. I'm hoping to become more active, and I figured what better way than to join the excuse me, the Marathon Society and upload a video 3 times this month. Hopefully the next one goes a little smoother, but if not, at least I know how to do a live now, which I didn't know yesterday. All right, so let me go ahead and adjust this. I won't be able to see chat. My moderator John, excuse me, that's my husband's name. My moderator Jan will be down in the comments if you guys need any help, and hopefully you guys are all able to see this and hear this. Okay, I'll be sewing on my Juki TL 2010Q, and right now I'm using Madeira thread. Okay, and so what I'm going to do, I've got these clipped, and I'm going to basically cut this off here, okay, and then that way they're all going to have roughly the same, right above this here, I'm going to put the rivet in. Okay, so I've got it clipped. Oops. We're going to cut these off. I'm going to wait to do the other side. I'm going to try to cut that a little straighter. Ouch. Got my finger a little bit, but not enough that I'm bleeding. Okay, we're going to go ahead and heat seal this. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just going to kind of manipulate this. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong way. No, sorry, that's as far back as it'll go, guys. I'm going to do one side at a time. And hopefully my machine likes me today. Let me get my seam allowance guide off of there. We were struggling the other day. For those of you that don't know me personally, I do have neuropathy, so sometimes you might see me use a tool because I can't feel something as clearly as I need to, or I can't function enough to hold it. So I just thought I'd mention that in case there needed to be a warning put. Not, you know, don't necessarily recommend doing it everything the way I do. Some I have to do for certain reasons. Okay, I'm going to take this at about, let's see, I want to put a rivet in there, but I think the rivet's going to go on top of where we're sewing. So I've got this at a 3.5 stitch width. Make sure nothing's blocking. I'm just going to go back and forth with a few stitches to keep it matching the bottom part. The rivets will do the job of keeping everything in place. I'm just going to trim up these threads. Okay, and just like the other part, I'm going to heat seal these. This is polyester thread. If you're sewing with cotton thread, you do not want to heat seal. Or if you do, you want to make sure you try it outside for the first time and make sure it does the same thing. It can easily catch fire. So you want to make sure you're always practicing your safety. Okay. All right, so that has these sides held down. Apologize for that. Okay, I'm going to keep that one there because it has the links. Okay, and so get this way just a little bit. This is what we're looking like now. I can take some edge coating and get that black to where it matches here. I've got one, because of the way it's folded, this one's going to go over. You just want to make sure you keep it nice and straight. This one's going to be on the inside. It's still going to be cut the same amount of distance.
I'm not sure I understand.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking to you. Okay, and then let me go ahead and cut this one. I'm going to cut this at a different angle so I don't hit my finger again. Okay, and then these I can always use for something else. It could easily make like a D-ring. So don't ever throw your scraps away. You can always use them for something else. Okay. And now we're just going to heat seal this down. And then we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to actually put this one the opposite direction. Don't be afraid to smush down your bags, okay? You can always refluff it and get it where it needs to be. Okay, and then this one I'm going to pull in from the back. You just make sure, yep, make sure everything's still lined up the way it should be. Okay. Alrighty, sorry I can't get it to squish down enough where you can see, but I'm just going to do the same thing that I just did on the other side. We're just again going to snip off those thread tails. I'm going to go ahead and remove these clips now. Okay, and then heat seal. Again, if you're just joining me, you don't want to heat seal specific threads, so you want to make sure you do a test run before you actually do that. Okay. All right. So that's one handle. And it's definitely going to be strong enough for little kids. Okay, so now I'm just going to make the other one match. Ideally, I would have measured these ahead of time, but like I said, we're just pivoting, so there's no exact memberships. All right, that feels like it matches. So I'm going to clip it and then make sure it matches before I trim anything off. Again, I can't see the comments right now, but if you guys have any problems or issues, feel free to comment. My moderator, Jan, will be here and she'll help us. Okay. It's a little bit too long. Let's go ahead and shorten that up a little bit. Hopefully everybody's had time to catch some of the other lives that have been going on. I can't wait to catch up with everybody. I've been busy trying to get everything prepared and together for this last minute change of plans. All right, that feels good. So let's see. Which one was on the... I'm going to try to match which one was on the outside and which one was on the inside. Not that anybody else would notice, but I tend to notice stuff like that. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that necessarily because this side has the X's on there, which is fine. No big deal. All right. This one, because it has these nice decorative stitches here, I'm gonna cut here instead of to match with the horror theme. The handles will be the same length, but that way that time that I took to make the X's is not totally wasted. Again, I'm gonna do one at a time so I can make sure I don't accidentally do one too short. Just gonna heat seal the edges. Okay, it does make, this particular webbing does make almost a plasticky feel at the end. So, like I said, you can leave it that color, or if you're like me and that white will probably bother you, excuse me, then you might want to use some edge coating. Okay, right about there. I'm going to make sure the back of the bag is out of the way and the end here is out of the way as well. And this bottom part, you want to just take it and shove it as far away as you can so you don't accidentally do something with it. Okay, once again, this is the front side, so I'm going to swing from the back. Sorry, I struggle in here getting the thread pulled out of the way. All right, there you go. There you go. Okay, we're just going to trim these thread tails again. Sorry to be moving you around. It's the advantage of recording things is because you can cut that out so that people aren't getting seasickness. And I'm just going to heat seal those ends again. Okay. And now let me pull this side up and around. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move you again. If you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you would like the video. If you have any constructive feedback, I'm definitely open to that as well, but you should probably wait until it posts or do it under the comments so that I can see it, because I'm not 100% sure if the live chat will transfer over, but if it does, I know from experience from watching them that it doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes it takes a couple days. So I would definitely love some feedback, especially since this is my first live. Okay, and sorry you can't see this, I just need to make sure I'm cutting it correctly. I really love that I'll have these little extra pieces now too to do something else with. Just kind of rotate that down and make it easier. Just going to heat seal this one. I also want to thank Kim and all of the members of the Marathon Sewciety that have been very helpful and encouraging through this whole process. Very welcoming. Obviously, I'm a very newcomer to YouTube as far as starting to upload, and they've all been very helpful and encouraging, and I feel like I know everybody personally, and unfortunately I do not. I do know several in-person people from my YouTube friends, but I'm not sure if any of them are actually in the Marathon Society. But if you are a sewist and you think you might be interested in doing something like this, organized events that are either recorded or online, you can find information on how to join the Marathon Society in my description box. Again, if you missed the first announcement of it, you might not be able to see the link right now. Oh, hang on, I think I did. But I will go in and fix those links. I thought they were correct, but then when it posted, it didn't do it the same way. Okay. I made this not quite the same distance, and I don't like that it's going to leave a gap, so this one might be just a tiny bit shorter than the other one. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. I already cut it. All right, no biggie. It's just a handle. Maybe I'll do the rivets on a different area. We'll see. Okay, I'll try to squish this down so that you guys can see, but if not, I'll show you once it's done. And also as a reminder, I will upload the video those as soon as I get my tech issues worked out, and you guys will get a full tutorial on how to do the bag. It's very easy. I've got them already recorded. I'm just having some issues not editing them. I'm having issues getting the edited version from my phone and uploading it. It's saying there's not enough memory. And originally I was trying to use my iPad and it said the same thing, which is why I switched over to my phone. So I'll get it figured out though. And at the very least, at least you got to see the bags, and maybe I'll just record it live like I am now and then upload it. Okay, let me make sure how we're doing on time. Okay, good. All right, so there is, turn this around. Okay, there is our Market Tote turned Halloween trick-or-treat bag. Okay, now I'm just going to put some rivets in here, and let me look at the front to kind of see where I want them to go. Let's see if I put it there. Let's see what I'm looking at. I actually don't know that I'm going to put rivets on there. I was going to do that live, but I think this is going to be fine, and I think that if I put rivets it would take away from it. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it like that. They don't look exactly like I would like them to, but that's okay. I'm just going to take some edge coat, which I don't have on hand right now, not in black anyways. I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can also take, I've heard some people just use like black permanent markers, but I've seen some people say that they run like if it starts raining, so I don't want to deal with that. Especially, you know, this is going to be a tote that you take to the market if you're a horror fan and you like it and you want to use it all the time. Okay, I'm just going to push out those ends real quick from me smushing it around. Okay, and again, these are the two that I've made. I don't have little ones at home anymore. I'll put this one up again for those of you that may have missed it the first time around. This dragon also, I forgot to say, the dragon is from a panel that I purchased probably about 1.5 years ago through String Theory Fabric Art, which is an embroidery community. And this is Saint Crunchy. He's, you know, Saint Patrick's Day. And he's a cute little panel, and I thought this was a perfect match to use with it, and I thought it would be really fun. And String Theory Fabric Art worked with Snow Willow Designs, and they designed this. And I don't know, it was a special run, so I'm not 100% sure if they have them anymore. However, they do, if you join String Theory Fabric Arts, they do sometimes periodically list that they're going to open a round of them. Also, I wanted to show you guys real quick. I forgot to show you before. This is the interior of this one. And, oops, what's that? Oh, I forgot I had bread. I got that from my meeting the other night, and I was supposed to share it with my husband, and I totally forgot it was in there. This is Shanky, the unicorn, and she is obviously not a very friendly, well, not necessarily not friendly, but handle's getting in the way here. She's a little, maybe peeved is the right word. I do have some other ones that are more adult-centric where she speaks with her hands, I'll just say. So I just thought this would be a fun fabric to use. And gender neutral. And then this, you know, maybe a teen might enjoy, or, you know, somebody like us who are just Halloween fans. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side real quick, and I'm going to look and see if I can read any comments on here. If anybody has any questions, let me know. My time limit was an hour, so I still have a little bit. of time. Let's see. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for joining me. I can't believe there's 21 of you guys on here. Not bad for a first live, I guess, huh? I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Thank you, Carol. I thought that fabric was really cute too. Whoops, what'd I do? I lost my chat. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's not really loading all the comments for me. It's stopping to scroll, but I'll check back once it I'm not sure what the word is, once it does its thing, renders maybe, and uploads everything. Like I said, the lives do take, you know, sometimes a day or two before you can actually see the live comments. So feel free, if you had a comment or a question, to go to the actual comments page of this video and leave a comment there, and I'll be happy to respond to those. You can see my work on Facebook. I have a Facebook page for my business, and it is Heart to Heart Creations, and it will also be linked in the video, in the description as well, if I haven't already linked it. Let's see, I just saw some comments pop up. Oh, thanks, Kim. Oops, I hit something again. Let me try to scroll with this finger. Yeah, I've done lives on Facebook before, but not usually to, you know, anybody outside of family, basically. Yes, Carol, those are, it's the black vinyl is from marinevinylfabric.com. I get it on those long rolls, as well as the white. They have the best white. A lot of people don't like embroidering on white because the stitches sink in, and I don't have that problem at all. I mean, I still use the top water soluble stabilizer, but I don't have that problem at all with their vinyl. And then next to it is cork, and that's actually just cork from this specific one is from Joann's, my local Joann's. They have, I do like a tear test on it, and it doesn't act like some of the cheap vinyl, the cheap corks that are out there. And I've used it on purses and wallets, and it's great. I don't always use that cork, but that particular one is. Let's see, and thank you guys so much for the compliments. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. So I'm sorry, I don't know your name. MK Crafts and Family. Lives do appear to be easier. The only bad thing is I'm a very slow sewist because I'm fairly new. So it would have taken me forever, but I can always do so. Now that I see how easy it is to go live, I might start doing that, because it sure was easier than editing and everything. And usually I just edit out the ums and the, you know, the chattiness. Yeah, Carol, Joann's has it's not by their regular, I mean, it's next to their regular fabrics, but you're gonna want to look, it's by the like the upholstery fabric back there. They've got a lot of really, really nice stuff. I could probably go through my whole stash and show you some of the cool stuff, but I'm going to keep this centered to the Halloween sew-a-thon. But yeah, they've got a lot of really nice stuff. Go check it out, and definitely take advantage of their app. They have lots of good coupons, and then they always have stuff on sale. So I don't think I ever buy anything full price from there unless it's an emergency situation and I get an like a quick turnaround order where I can't wait until something's on sale and I don't have enough. Definitely check it out. Marine Vinyl Fabric. I actually buy their craft rolls. I don't have anything close enough to me to show. But their craft rolls are probably, I don't know the exact measurements, but they're probably at least this wide. And I think this is 15 by 19. So let me see what actually, you know what? It might even be the 19 inches wide. So it's pretty big, and I can make a lot of my bags out of it. So I just get their crafter rolls, and then like when their white is on sale every now and then, they had a sale $5 for I think a 10-yard roll of white, and I picked up 2 of those because it was so cheap. Their shipping can be a little high, so I do try to like do a bulk order from them, and like if I order the craft rolls, I try to get, you know, several colors at a time. And then one of the really cool things about marinevinylfabric.com is you can get samples of the fabrics, and so they're on like a little keychain thing, and it's probably that thick. I mean, there's a lot of them, and so I bring them to my shows, and when clients place orders, and let them actually feel it and see the colors, and then that way, if they want to match something, they can easily do that. It's a very nice thing to be able to do. All right, let's see. Okay, I'll do one last call for any questions. I appreciate everybody tuning in and saying hi. Kaylani, if you're watching, Auntie loves you, and I'm sorry you couldn't be here this time, but next time I'll do, or not next time, but one time I'll make sure you're with me when we do a live, okay? I know everybody hasn't seen you in a long time because now you're in school and you're a big girl. Yeah, it works good, Jan. It really works. And the samples, I think, were like $5.99 or $9.99, something like that. I just saw another one. It's kind of like this one. This is from, oh, I hope they've got a label on one of these. That was the whole, I haven't used this in a long time. I thought it said who it was from on the back. But like, it's really cool to be able to let people feel and see things like on hand. I'm trying to find the end of this thing. And then they can feel the difference. Like, these are the vinyls here. They can feel the difference. I'm gonna have to look back through my orders and see where this is from, because I show this to people all the time, but usually they pick from a different swatch list that I have. It just says what each one is and the material. Good thing I pulled that up. But anyways, that's kind of like marine vinyl fabrics too. I believe they're squares. Sometimes somebody said that sometimes there's boats of shapes of boats. But yeah, it's really cool. They're able to see just enough of the designs that you have and that you offer. And feel the different textures. Like this one is diamond hatch vinyl. I don't know if you can really, yeah, you can kind of see that. And then this one is smooth vinyl. And then this one is pebble vinyl. See how you can see like little pebbles in there? So it's really good to be able to show the people the differences of the materials you're working with. And I try to keep stuff for sale too at my shop, my events that I sell at, a variety of different fabrics and genres that people might like. All right, so we've been here for 43 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Feel free to look. Let me see if I can look on my phone real quick. I was gonna tell you who's next. It's in my description though. Let's see. Next is So Country. She was in the chat. I saw her chatting. I don't know if she's still here or not. I think So Country's first name is Beth, maybe? I hope. If not, chime in and tell me what it is. I'm still putting usernames with actual names. Yep, So Country, yep. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys coming. Thanks, Barbie. Thank you for helping me beforehand get things set up too. I appreciate that. I don't know what I would do without you and Jan. You guys are great. I appreciate it. And then Kim, of course, was a very big cheerleader for me and helped get me out of my head of feeling like a failure because I didn't get something done the way I wanted to get it done. So I love our sewing community. It's great. Everybody supports each other. It's a really great community to be a part of. Alrighty, I don't see So Country commenting, but she is linked in the thing in the description. You can just, if you have to, if it didn't link like it looked earlier, I'm gonna fix that. But you can just copy and paste the @sew _country, and it should pull up her videos. Yeah, learning on the job. That's exactly right. Yeah, I can't be anything other than real life. Sometimes I forget who I am for real. Beth. Okay, I did have Beth correct. Okay. I'm glad I didn't say the wrong name. I thought that was her name. I really enjoy her tutorials. She's really cool to watch. I like her. I like everybody, but everybody in our group has been amazing to watch. And there's all levels of sewist too, which I'm probably the most beginner, I guess you could say. I think I'm probably the one who has started the most recent, but I'm learning. I call it the YouTube University. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. That way I can have time to get some stuff together. And now that I found the bread, I'm really wanting to eat some. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. And feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm definitely trying to grow my YouTube channel and become more active. If you notice, I probably look completely different than I did in videos from a year and a half, 2 years ago that I was doing, and that's because I was having some severe health issues. And thank God now I'm doing much better. So I look a little different, but it's the same me. All right, bye guys. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate that. And anybody who subs me, I always try to go reciprocate. If you have a channel that that you record on and you upload, I always try to reciprocate that. And Jan, thank you so much for moderating. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Love you too, Jan.